You can hire an experienced executive assistant and still make the wrong hire. And it's not because the EA lacks skill. Sometimes the role was never clear enough to hire for. The executive says, I need someone proactive. I need someone who can take things off my plate. Or, I just really need a good EA. But those statements can mean different things. So before you compare candidates, answer these 9 questions. They will help you work out what the right EA actually looks like for you. The first question is, what do I need this person to solve? Don't begin with the task list. Begin with the pressure behind it. Maybe you say you need calendar help, but the real issue is that your week is full of low-value meetings. You have no preparation time, and every request receives the same priority. And you're doing work in the evening because everyone else owns your day. The role requires more than someone who knows how to create a calendar invitation. It may require judgment and permission to protect your time. Or maybe you need help with follow-up. The real problem may be that commitments live in your memory. Your team waits too long for decisions. Or clients don't receive consistent updates. Ask yourself, what keeps falling back onto me? Where am I becoming the bottleneck? What do I continue thinking about after work? If you hire against the task instead of the real problem, the EA may complete the work without reducing the pressure. The second question is, what responsibilities should genuinely leave my plate? Review a normal week. What should stay with you because it requires your authority, expertise, or relationship? What could another person own with the right context and access? What should stop completely because it no longer creates value? Maybe the EA can own routine calendar decisions, meeting preparation, travel, follow-up, CRM updates, or tracking selected commitments. The goal is not to forward random tasks throughout the day. The goal is to transfer a meaningful area of responsibility. Ask, what do I want to stop personally monitoring in the next 90 days? Because if the responsibility never leaves you, you may hire help and still carry the full mental load. The third question is, what type of support does the role require? Administrative support may require defined scheduling, research, file organization, and routine follow-up. Executive support may include calendar and inbox management, travel arrangement, stakeholder coordination, and protecting your attention. Operation support may include projects, process improvement, reporting, and follow-up across leadership team. The tools may overlap. The level of context and responsibility does not. And be careful when one job description includes executive support, sales, marketing, bookkeeping, customer service, recruitment, and personal errands. Before asking if one candidate can do everything, ask whether one person should be responsible for everything. Choose the level of support, not just the title. The fourth question is, which decisions should the EA be able to make without you? Maybe the role begins with research and reporting. The EA gathers travel or scheduling options. At the next level, they recommend the best option. Then, they may prepare a decision for your approval. Over time, they may decide within agreed boundaries and simply inform you. And for selected responsibilities, they may own the full outcome. That could mean coordinating leadership meeting preparation from beginning to end, or managing travel from the first request through the final itinerary. The word proactive is not specific enough. One person hears complete things early. Another hears make decisions without asking. Define the level of authority the role requires. If you want ownership, the EA needs more than tasks. They need context and decision boundaries. The fifth question is, what information and access will the EA need? That may include your business priorities, important relationships, current projects, risks, decision preferences, recurring meetings, and the reason behind certain commitments. They may also need access to your calendar, inbox, documents, project systems, meeting notes, travel information, or selected leadership conversations. That access should be secure and appropriate, but it also needs to match the responsibility you expect. You cannot tell someone to protect your calendar If they don't know which relationships matter, which meetings can move, or what your time is supposed to produce, you cannot expect context aware decisions from someone who only receives isolated instructions. The sixth question is, what is it actually like to work with me? Do you communicate through email, voice notes, Slack messages, WhatsApp? Do you give full context or brief instructions? Do you prioritize change often? Do you decide quickly? Do you want detailed option or one recommendation? Do you give direct feedback? Will you make time for regular check-ins? Maybe you move quickly and think out loud. You may need someone who can capture decisions, ask focused questions, and turn incomplete ideas into action. Maybe you're more deliberate and detailed. You may need someone who values accuracy and prepares complete information before you decide. Neither style is automatically better, but the candidates need to know the environment they're entering. You're not only choosing whether you like their working style, they're also deciding whether they can work well inside yours. The seventh question is, what schedule and arrangement does the role genuinely requires? Define the core hours. Required time zone overlap, full-time or part-time, employee or independent contractor agreement, remote, hybrid, or on-site, response time expectations, weekend work, travel support, leave, equipment, and compensation. A role may be advertised as flexible, while the executive expects immediate responses throughout the day. That is not clear flexibility, and the right EA is not the person who willingly accepts any condition during the interview. The right person is someone who can perform consistently inside a clear and sustainable arrangement. Availability should not be confused with commitment. The eighth question is, what should be different in the next 90 days? Avoid expectations like, I want to feel less busy, or I want them to be fully proactive. Be specific. Maybe the routine calendar decisions no longer need you. Meeting preparations is consistent. Your action items and commitments are tracked. Travel arrangement follows a repeatable process. The team knows how to work with your EA, and selected responsibilities have fully transferred. During the first 30 days, the EA may be learning, observing, and stabilizing routine work. During days 31 to 60, they can own specific responsibilities. During days 61 to 90, they may begin making stronger recommendations and operating with greater independence. You cannot assess a person fairly when success has never been defined. The ninth question may be the hardest. Am I really ready to work with an EA? Are you prepared to share context, release real responsibility, define priorities, give direct feedback, respect working hours, make time for onboarding, and accept that another person may approach work differently? You may not be ready if you want help but refuse access, want ownership but want to approve every small decision, expect mind reading, change priorities without acknowledging the trade-off, or wait until you're frustrated before you give feedback. That doesn't mean you need to become a perfect manager or executive before hiring, but you do need to participate. Once you answer the 9 questions, turn them into a hiring profile. Start with the role's purpose. What problems does this person needs to reduce? Then define the outcomes. What should be different in the next 90 days? List the main responsibilities, the authority level, your working style, the schedule and compensation. Then decide what evidence should the candidate show. Maybe a calendar conflict scenario, a vague instruction exercise, or a written recommendation. Separate the essential requirements from your preferences.